What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today it is that time of the month again. Actually, that time of the every 2 months, because today we're gonna talk about balance patch predictions. Balance patch should be coming out in about 10 days. 10 days-ish. My predictions is 25th, 26th, 27th. One of those 3 days, most likely. If we don't get it on 25th, we will probably get the notes on 25th. And then the patch on 27th. If it doesn't drop on 25th. But it is time, okay? We gotta do this. We do this every single time. And last time I did it, Comto surprised me, okay? Literally, the start of the patch, change after change after change, it was literally what we predicted, okay? So come to us if you're watching these videos. I appreciate it, and yeah, I think this helps definitely to make units better and more balanced. But yeah, let's start, okay? Now, usually we talk about new units in these, right? Because if I had to talk about all the units in the game that we already have, I would have a 2-3 hour video every single time, okay? Also, Comto just released new versions of these, and they look really cool, okay? They look really cool. Some I prefer over the JJK ones, some JJK are better, but overall the animations and the looks are pretty good, you know? They usually make these really well. So yeah, that's very nice. GG's. But yeah, I think today we're gonna talk about the JJKs and the DRAKANs. Now, DRAKANs just came out. This guy, yeah, it's basically just a, I mean, you probably saw the video that Say did. I don't know if any other people did testing with this guy, but you probably saw the Say video where he used them in Elemental Raid, and he was just taking infinite turns there and just giving you a nice score, and probably giving you a faster run than you would usually get. Now, that's all he is right now, and that's very sad, right? Because to get a lot of bar, you need to do a ton of damage, right? And in elemental raids, that's pretty easy to do, right? Because you just go full damage, and you hit for hundreds of thousands per hit, basically. So that's why in PvP it's almost impossible to make it work. So for this guy, they probably would have to somehow increase the attack bar recovery in, you know, just proportionate, just higher gain, right? Because this gain is just pretty bad, you know. This skill as well attacks the enemy 2 times deal damage, ignores all damage reduction effects, recovers your HP by 30% of damage dealt. I think that's a disgrace to be at a 3-turn cooldown on a skill that only does damage and heals a bit. Because like, this is not 30% of your HP, this is 30% of the damage dealt. It's yeah, I don't know, man. 3-turn cooldown on a just a pure damage skill, not a fan. Not a fan really. Skill 1's good though. I love these skill 1s. That's a very nice, consistent defense break, you know? Which is really cool. I mean, it's not super consistent, but it's pretty damn consistent, right? Double 50s, it's good, right? But yeah, this guy definitely needs some work. He does have a good leader skill. He does have a good awakening. So it's just hard to put him in the conversation when there's units like Carlos and Masha and Fire Monkey and stuff like that, you know? I said Carlos because they have a similar mechanic with the attack bar gain stuff, and they're both just pure damage units. But yeah, if you want to make him like a bruiser kind of unit, that's why I mentioned Masha or Monkey. No one's gonna pick this guy instead. There you have literally zero reasons to do so. So yeah, definitely needs a heavy rework, I would say. We're gonna go by elements just like always, okay? And yeah, let's go Yuji, okay? Or let's do Rick. How about we do Rick, guys? These have the best names now, okay? Rick and Mark and Sean. Of course they added Sean B to the game. Of course they had to. But yeah, Rick. So, this unit is pretty trash, right? I tested him and I wasn't really happy with it. Skill 1 attacks 3 times to do damage, ignores damage reduction effects. It's okay. Attacks enemy 2 times. First, it decreases defense for 2 turns. Second, it destroys the enemy's HP. In addition, you get a 50% bonus crit for each harmful effect. This skill is not terrible, but again, I need this to be a 2-turn cooldown. Okay? I need this to be a 2-turn cooldown. We have so many insane 2-turn cooldown nuke skills. Okay? So we can't really have these kind of skills on a 3-turn cooldown. It makes these units way less usable than they could be, right? Because this is just pure damage again. Pure damage skill. It shouldn't have more than a 2-turn cooldown, in my opinion. And this one actually hits pretty hard. You know, this one can hit pretty hard. But yeah, that's what I would do for this skill. And then Blazing Flame Punch. Attacks on enemies, destroy their max HP by 50%, damage dealt. In addition, absorbs the attack bar portion and destroy HP. This attack always lands a critical hit. This skill does no damage. And it also destroys HP, which doesn't matter. And then the attack bar absorb is really bad. Unless you have like a full ass setup. And I was like, okay, this is maybe a siege unit, right? Let me try him with Galli and Tiana. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? The multipliers are terrible. The destroy makes no sense. The crit is cool. The bar thing, again, needs a full setup. It needs more damage. Like, at least it needs more damage. That's like the first step. The second step would be to add something that makes it unique. Not being able to revive, ignore passives, blah blah blah. Something unique has to be added to the skill, because again, this unit just does pure damage and it's not good at it, right? That's the thing. If you make a unit just do damage and you don't make it good at that one job, it's pretty bad, right? It's pretty bad. So yeah, that's my suggestions on this guy's skills. This guy actually got buffed last time, and it's really good. It's really good now. I think this is a good unit. Solid. Comtos did exactly what I said. They made this trip 100%. And now I think it's a solid speed lead disruptor. I don't see him much. I don't see him played much. Where is all the fire Megumis? We have so many people running AoE strips, like Wound Sign, Robos and stuff. No one ever picks him. That's like the perfect disruption, because you can't stop him from moving if you're using an AoE skill and you get a 28 speed lead. More people need to jump on the train. You know, maybe a lot of people don't have him. That's a possibility, but I think with all these crazy free scrolls and the up rates and all these things, I think it's just people are missing out on this unit. So yeah, I think he's solid. Next, Fire Gojo or Heartman. You guys saw I was making videos on this guy, right? And yeah. They nerfed him. So basically, he was bugged, right? He did 100% bonus damage instead of 50%. And then Comtos was like, oh shit, he does more damage than it says. And then instead of changing the description to 100, they decided to change the actual skill to 50. And unnecessarily nerfed him. And to be honest, even with the 100%, no one was picking him. It was me for a short period of time, and then I realized this guy actually sucks still. Because he has pretty much no protection, right? 2-turn cooldown on this, good. Skill 1, good. Why did they nerf this? Why did they nerf it? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they don't want to bring back the damage, it needs more protection. This unit needs protection. Again, it's a full damage. If you don't put protection in it, it's gonna suck. It needs to have some kind of, like, compared to Masha, just compared to Masha, right? It's a similar skill too, right? Defense break, good damage. Passive, it just needs, like, Masha has the anti-push, Masha has the immunity, the speed thing, right? Like, she has so much, and we have to compare it. Like, I don't like to have to compare it, but I have to compare it to the stuff that's being used, right? That's like meta. Because if these units are not as good, they will never be used. That's the thing with Comtos making stuff too strong, right? We compare everything else to those units that are strong. And if they don't meet the standards, they never get used, right? That's what happens when you overbuff stuff and you don't want to nerf it, right? So it's very hard for any Fire Bruiser Damager to meet Fire Monkey Masha standards. So yeah, a little bit sad, but yeah, this needs more protection. Immunity, invincibility, something. Like, I like the other two skills. I wish they would bring this back to 100 and then more protection, and then he would maybe be usable. But for now, yeah, that's what I think about him. That's it for Fire. Okay, That's it. I'm gonna be mentioning DRAKANs and the JJK stuff. Let's go water. This guy, okay. I was testing him a bit in both RTA and Siege. Mostly offense, because on defense his AI is very bad. So I wouldn't suggest using him on defense. You can try though if you want to. Maybe you figure something out, but yeah, his AI is pretty bad. That's mostly why I wouldn't suggest it, you know. But yeah, when it comes to these guys, again, skill 1's really good. And this skill 2 is very bad because it doesn't do anything if you have a debuff on. So I think they need to completely remove the condition on this, and it always needs to absorb, right? It always needs to absorb. It doesn't make sense to have a condition on a 3-turn cooldown skill that literally just attacks a enemy. It just attacks the enemy. That's the whole skill. It just attacks the enemy. So if you have a debuff, this skill just attacks the enemy. Like, what are we talking about here? How do we have this skill and then Wind Robo has a triple hit strip absorb? What are we talking about? Why? What is the point of a condition? Even without the condition, this skill sucks. Plain and simple. 3-turn cooldown, attacks 2 times, absorb attack bar. That sucks balls, right? That's terrible. Even if it didn't have the condition, that's really bad. Like, just compare it, like I'm comparing it to a 4-star skill 2. Come on, guys. We can't have this kind of a skill 2. You know, it's embarrassing. Skill 3, I think is okay-ish, right? It's a attack all enemies and put threat state, okay, and then you get glancing and silence for 2 turns. Now, I kinda wish they would add can't glance with this skill, okay? I think that would be a solid buff to it. You know, because I think it does a good amount of things. Right, silence plus glancing makes it so you can't use skills, but you also can't skill 1. You know, your skill 1 becomes worse if it does something, right? If it stuns, if it defense breaks, whatever. Glancing helps with that. Just and then threat state, right? So he kind of makes your team safe, right? But I wish he would not glance, so he could always like put these debuffs, right? Other than that, I don't know, maybe if they wanted to add another debuff or replace one, like replace glancing with something better, potentially, but I would just like to see the not being able to glance. I think that would be nice. And remove the condition here, and then I think he could be pretty decent. Yeah. Next, now we have Nobara, okay, the new version. Taxonomies, blah blah blah. HP recovery. Taxonomies prevents them from receiving beneficial effects 2 turns with a 50% chance. Damage equals 10%. I don't even know what to say about this skill. It just sucks, right? It just kind of sucks, right? It blocks beneficials. This needs more, something more. Another debuff, another whole debuff. Death break, slow, something. Strip, something. Right? Something. This is just way too weak. Attacks enemies 3 times, each hit grants continuous damage and has an 80% chance to block them from removing card effects for 2 turns. Again, this isn't even 100%. It puts dots and block. Dots are, yeah, I mean, it's dots. It needs another debuff. Again, slow, stun, something, defense break, something more. It's way too weak. Both of these skills way too weak. It just doesn't do enough. Next, Mark. Look at him. Holy. This is one of the ones that I didn't get. Skill 1's okay. Skill 2 attacks the enemy 4 times with the first 3 hits, each having a 50% chance to leave a branding, 2 turns, and the last hit destroying enemy's HP. These are they're really trying to make these siege units, right? They also have siege leader skills. But it's just the destroy HP stuff is never really, it's never really good, you know? It never really performs. Yeah, again, this skill, it just, I feel like it just needs something. It needs something more. 2-turn cooldown would be nice. You know, a 2-turn cooldown would be nice. That's probably what I would like to see. You know, because these just only damage skills, same as the fire one. It feels like a 2-turn cooldown skill. So yeah, I think that's probably what I would change. And then he has a passive, ignores all effect to resist that when you attack the enemy on your turn. Target defeated by your attack cannot be revived during battle. It's a cool passive. It's a decent passive, you know. They could add some protection part as well. You can't stun him, you can't defense break him, you can't push him, you can't something, right? That's always good for a unit like this. Like a classic bruiser, damager kind of unit. They always need some kind of protection to be viable, you know? That's why the best units in that category always have some kind of protection. Without it, it's just not really gonna get used. Water Gojo. Now, this guy... Skill 2 worse than Robos. It's a 5-star. Again. Next enemy 2 to 3 times deal damage proportional to defense. Each hit steals 1 beneficial effect and decreases attack bar by 15% with 20% each. Okay. The 50% is okay. Why is it 2 to 3 times? Just make it 3 times, man. Like, this is what stops it from... 2 to 3 is just... No. You're bringing another 50-50 chance to get 2 or 3. It's like... Just make it 3, man. Like... I don't know why they have to do this. Like, I really don't understand. So yeah, this basically makes it worse than the Robos. And Robos are already not that consistent. But at least it's a guaranteed 3. And then also Robos have guaranteed absorb if there's no debuffs or buffs on the enemy. That's 50% chance better. That is wild. Okay? Not just that they strip better, it's that they absorb better. And this is not even absorb, this is decrease. He does steal, but who gives a fuck about that, to be honest? Like, I'd rather have absorb and a better strip and a better pushback. Like, we're not even, like, it's terrible. Okay, compared to robos, it's terrible. Passive gains immunity against attack bar reduction effects. Increase your attack bar 30% when turn ends. It's alright. It's alright. I would like to see how good the passive would be with this being better. But yeah, I think they need to just make this way better. This needs to be 3. And this might need to be a absorb. And yeah, just try to match it with the robos. And yeah. Then we will see how it would perform. Next. Wind. Boom. Erection. Skill 1 good. Skill 2. I already said what I had to say. Skill 3. Strips. Removes all beneficial effects. And then just purely does damage. Okay, I tried this. It's terrible. It's awful. What the fuck are they thinking? What the fuck are they thinking, man? What is the point? Just add... You know what? They should probably add like a boosts attack bar on your whole team by 20%. Like Wunsa. I feel like they might just do that. They're preparing this skill to be just like Wunsa. It is gonna be way less base speed, of course, but yeah, I would like to see that. If they do that and they fix this to have no condition, yeah, I can see it. I can actually see it. Yeah. 20% attack bar boost after stripping. Boom. And that's, to me, that would be a nice little change. It would kind of counter Heigang, right? If your rune quality is better, you counter Heigang. If it's not, you don't. Same as Wunsa, right? So yeah, I think that would be a good change. Wind 1. She has the provoke skill. Takes the enemy target and random 3 enemies to provoke them for 1 turn with 80% chance each. When the target is already provoked, the provocation durations increase by 1 turn up to 3 turns. This one is okay, but it only provokes, right? It only provokes. Could add some more debuff here, probably. I feel like they might add glancing or something, right? So the provoked enemy has less chance to fuck you up with the skill 1s. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Strong Vengeance. Decreases HP by 5% and the enemy and the HP of all enemies by 50% each if you have a harmful effect when you gain a turn. This one is this one's been always interesting, but haven't seen it being used much, right? Because it's kind of contradictory, right? If you have debuffs, you're getting cocked, right? It's kind of hard for you to move. It's weird, like maybe the condition has to change a little bit. 15% is pretty good though, I'll be honest, like it's pretty good. I still feel like this is the ragdoll kind of unit, and I haven't seen her get used much with ragdoll. You know, I haven't seen anyone really use her, so yeah. For skill 3, I'm not 100% sure what I would like to suggest. Yeah, some form of protection can always help, right? When you have a debuff, you receive 30% less damage, right? Something like that. Or when you get a debuff, you get immunity or something. Like something that's gonna help her just stay alive so she could actually take a turn, right? That's always a good addition. 15% is pretty good. I still feel like this is the ragdoll kind of unit, and I haven't seen her get used much, right? You know, I haven't seen anyone really use her, so yeah. For skill 3, I'm not 100% sure what I would like to suggest. Yeah, some form of protection can always help, right? When you have a debuff, you receive 30% less damage, right? Something like that. Or when you get a debuff, you get immunity or something. Like something that's gonna help her just stay alive so she could actually take a turn, right? That's always a good addition. Wind Megumi, a unit that I've been actually using. I think he is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Yeah, I don't really know what I would say about this guy, to be honest. I kind of like him. I kind of like him. I don't really have much suggestion for him. Could they make invincibility 2 turns? I don't know. But yeah, I feel like he's cool. He's solid, right? I've been using him in arena. Yeah. Also has good leader skill. Solid. Wind Gojo. Second skill. Same thing that I said for the water one. Skill 3 grants invincible. Then attacks all enemies. Provoke for 2 turns. I want to see this not being able to glance. And that's a good fix, in my opinion. I said this before. And yeah, I hope they could do that. Because I do like the skill. You know, instant invincible. Gives you the fucking 2-turn provoke. Yeah, just make it not glance and he's gonna be pretty solid. And that's it for the elemental guys. LDs though. Okay. Now. These guys. Again, second skill. Fix it. What I said for the other ones as well. Any harmful effect that was once applied to you cannot be reapplied in the same battle. Additionally, if you're inflicted again with the same harmful effect, it reflects back to the caster. I like this. I like this, and I think this one is tricky. I probably wouldn't touch that at all, and I would just change this and see how it works. If it's not enough, then maybe I would go back to checking out the passive. But I think the passive is pretty fucking cool, man. I'll be honest. Because again, so contradictory. If you have no harmful effects, absorb the attack bar. And you're always going to get harmful effects. Right? Like later in the game, you're not. But at that point, it might be too late, right? You kind of want to not have this condition at all. You know, you don't want this to stop you. You want to be able to just move a lot with this skill. So yeah, just fix this. I think he could be solid. Light Nobara. Same thing that I said for this skill. Next the enemy attacks one of the enemy targets that attacked you during one turn to deal 40% of the target's max HP as damage. I like this. I like this. But it doesn't work if you proc, right? Because then it cancels out. It's not anymore the last turn, because the last turn you took a turn. You know, so that's the problem. It's so, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know. I swear, like, these kind of things, these kind of units, I feel like protection would help the most. I feel like they have a solid skill, but they don't have enough protection to live, to use it more. You know? This is not a passive, but they could still implement it here. You know, in some kind of a way. It's a skill that has no cooldown, basically. I wanna see some protection, I think, on this. Light Gojo. Fix the skill too. I think this needs a better multiplier on the damage. I don't like that you have to remove a ton of a ton of debuffs to do any damage. Just give him better multipliers. And yeah, fix this. He's gonna be pretty good. DRAKAN. Skill 2. What I said, 2-turn cooldown. Duel. This duel thing is weird, man. I'll be honest, it's hella weird. The amount of times that I saw him just die because he doesn't hit hard enough. And then when you lose the duel, your enemy gets the fucking effect. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I'm clueless when it comes to this guy. It's gotta be like the most fun unit in the game, but it has to be one of the most dumb. Like, if you get stunned during the duel, like, it's GG. Like, what? And then Res Awakening, don't get me started. Okay, this needs Crit Awakening. Okay, this needs Crit Awakening or Speed Awakening. Speed Awakening would be wild. It would be wild. Okay, I'm just saying, 116 base speed, being able to outspeed and instantly duel something, I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. I'll be honest. That seems like a fair buff. You know? I'm not even sure. I would not mind seeing that. Because it's such a fragile unit, right? It's such a fragile unit. Sure, it would be like, wow, 116 base speed. If he kills you, then he gets all this, right? But it's not easy to kill a unit from full HP. Because he doesn't do insane amounts of damage, and he could also die during the duel. Right? It's a risky situation. Do you have runes to also make him that crazy, right? You need insane runes to be able to build them on your fastest Swift and kill something from full HP. Right? It would be a crazy rune requirement, even with 116 base speed. So yeah, that might be the best fix, to just give him Speed Awakening. I would love to see that. I think that would make him so, like, yeah. I would love to see that. Megumi. I wish it didn't have attack break, because Heigang counters him because of the attack break. Give him something else. Give him more pushback. Fuck it. Give him 60 pushback. Why not, right? 101 base speed. The water Megumi already pushes back for like 40, right? Fuck it, give him 60. I would... Fuck it, right? Fuck it. Yeah, the second and third hit and fourth hit, 20% bar. Boom. Sure. Sure, it's an LD5. Sure. It's not like his kit is overloaded either, right? It's like, it's an okay kit. So having like a pretty strong skill tree, sure. It's not even that crazy speed, sure. 60% pushback, that would just fix him. And then you have like a clean Heigang counter as well. Very nice. This one, 2-turn cooldown. This one, increase the damage. Multipliers are very bad. If you want to hit hard enough, you need to go full damage. It is super hard. Super hard. So a better multiplier, like a lot better multiplier. And that would help him, right? That would help him a lot. Dark Gojo, Sigmund, good, solid. Sukuna, this again, they gotta fix. The defense break needs to count. his own defense break needs to count towards the number of hits. It's a good skill. Fix that. It's gonna be great skill. Okay. This. Fuck the conditions. Fuck all the conditions. 30% heal every turn. That's it. You wanna add something more? Sure. Add something more. But completely remove the condition for healing. Okay, there's no need for it. It's useless. It's pointless. That's it. Like, if you're making this whole ass condition just to get a 30%, like, just to get reversed, just give him a 30% heal, right? Just give him a 30% heal. This bullshit, like, it's so bad, right? If your HP not increased compared to the previous turn, as decreased by less than 30% of your HP, and will revert the HP condition of the previous turn. Fuck that. Just give him a 30% heal. Plus some protection passive, right? I really want this guy to be usable. I really want to. Like, it's such a cool free unit. You know, we need some cool free unit. Like, cool free damager kind of unit to be good, right? So yeah. I like him. And that's it. That's it. Nerfs. I'm again, what I even mentioned, I'm not gonna mention anything. You guys know where I stand. We all want Hagang to be gone. It's probably not gonna happen. I feel like Hagang is never getting fixed. We can just pray that they release pre-ban, right? That's all we can do at the moment. Yeah, but that's it. You see, it's already like a over 40-minute video, and we only talked about the newest units. And yeah, if I went through everything, I'm telling you, this would just be, yeah, who knows what comps is gonna do. I hope they listen to some stuff that we said. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the buffs that I suggested. Let me know if you have any suggestions for buffs. You can also suggest for old stuff. I don't mind it, but yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.